Hi and welcome to Healthy Life Hacks. I'm Jefferies, the present-day wise woman, a realistic naturopath coming to you from the surfing beaches of Australia. This podcast is for those of you who are wanting to really rock your life and health and live from a place of prevention. Let's get into today's episode. Menopause doesn't dry up our lives, but vaginal dryness sure makes it feel that way sometimes. So nobody talks about this stuff enough. Us women, we whisper about things like this in bathrooms, or we joke about it over a wine with our closest girlfriends. But most of the time, we just put up with it in silence. I hear it all the time with clients. Well, bugger that. You know, dryness in menopause is common and it is not permanent. And it sure as hell doesn't mean that you're at the end of your sexual health, intimacy, or confidence. So why does vaginal dryness happen? Let's start with that why. Well, estrogen drops during menopause and our vaginal tissues get thinner, less elastic, and less naturally lubricated. And that's the sciencey part, but let's also add in things like stress, some medications, dehydration, yes, not having enough water and good omega-3 oils plays a part. Less sexual activity. When we have sex more, it brings circulation to the area and will naturally help to lubricate. And so when it's out of balance, all of a sudden it feels like the Sahara down there, and it can be really uncomfortable. Bloody society tells us this is what aging is. And that's rubbish. Seriously, dryness isn't your new normal. You don't have to put up with it. It may be a symptom of where you're at this moment, and symptoms can be supported, healed, and improved. I want you to know this. It's not a lifetime sentence you think, oh, fuck, this is just not working. Our body is simply moving. It's transitioning to our wise years, and like any shift transition, it needs different fuel to be able to have it work properly. So what are some of the actual natural remedies that work? Yes, I'm going to do the natural version. You can check out all the other stuff else places, but I wanted to talk about some of my favorite natural remedies as a naturopath. The first one is aloe vera gel. And you know of aloe vera as being like a first aid for all of our bumps and bites and sunburns and all those kind of things. You slap it on, and aloe vera, it soothes irritation and it hydrates tissues. And clinical studies have even shown that it can work well as a low-dose estrogen cream for some women. So how do you use it? Simple. Make sure you get a pure organic size, additive-free, flavors, fragrance, everything free. No chemicals, no nothing, just pure aloe vera gel. And if it's bright green, it's got a coloring in it, okay? Get it, store it in the fridge, and use it for extra soothing, cooling power. So the next one is hyaluronic acid. God, that's a hard word to say. You can buy it in suppositories. So this is like giving your vagina a tall glass of water. Hyaluronic acid holds onto moisture, pumping tissues, improving elasticity, and easing that dry discomfort. So research is showing that it can work nearly as well as vaginal estrogen for dryness and atrophy. Atrophy is where literally our lips, the lips of our vulva get smaller. They atrophy over time. So that's a normal thing with lower estrogen, and this is showing in some studies to be useful. So how do we use this? So think of this as an extra skincare regime, the same as you're using creams, lotions, all those kind of things for your face, your body, all that. This is something you can do, but it's done as a suppository. You need to find them and buy them that way, okay? The next one's vitamin E, and you can use it as a loose oil, what I call just like a bottle of the oil, or suppositories. Now, vitamin E is a wonderful tissue repair. In fact, we use it in clinic as an antioxidant to when we're designing massage oils and things like that. It gives that extra protection. So it helps to repair and strengthen fragile tissues. So women report less itching, burning, and dryness when they use it. How do you use it? You can apply vitamin E oil topically. Just buy a pure vitamin E oil. That's what you need to buy. Go to your health food shop or something like that, okay? Or some women will use capsules as suppositories. So you can buy a plant-based natural capsule and insert that, they're tiny little things, and that will naturally dissolve and then give some relief that way. But always check with your GP first if you're thinking about inserting any kind of capsule or suppository. That's just a reality. The next one's sea buckthorn, which is one we don't use much here in the West, used extensively through Asia. And I love it. It's really cool. We use it for everything over in China. I love it so much. So it's packed with omega-7 essential fatty acids that nourish mucous membranes. Anywhere open to the area of our body, ears, eyes, nose, mouth, bum, fanny, everything is called a mucous membrane. And clinical trials have shown on postmenopausal women that improved their moisture and elasticity. So how do you use it? You can use it internally and externally, and it's also a great skin toner for our all of our skin and also our hair. So check your health food shops, see what you can get in the way of sea buckthorn oil. It's one that I take as a supplement when I'm over in China because it's easy to get over there. It's a traditional Chinese medicine that's just fabulous. The next one are dietary phytoestrogens. So food is medicine, we know that. So things like soy, but we want to make sure it's non-GMO soy. Flax seeds, great for omega-3s. Chickpeas, legumes, anything that contains plant-based estrogens that can gently support vaginal tissue health. Now, they're not going to replace estrogen. They're not going to plump up your lips magically, but used consistently, they can help to balance out our symptoms. So how do you do it? Get flax seeds. You can buy them whole. You can't digest them on their own. They must be ground up. So put them in a spice grinder or a blender of some description, grind them down and put them to, add them onto your salads, your feed, your smoothies, anything like that. Adding soy, we're tofu eaters in our family. I love it. I think it's great. My wife Alice likes to drink soy milk. It's easy to get non-GMO soy here in Australia. So just check that wherever you live in the world. But it's not about getting giant, massive changes, but all those small daily tweaks consistently.
Have you ever wondered how your life could have been different if you'd had access to this type of content at a younger age? Look, this is why I need your help. I'm working to build the #1 platform that gives real and easy to integrate healthy life hacks and mindset to help you get well and stay well. This show only grows by word of mouth and new subscribers. It would mean the world to me if you could click the subscribe button right now, leave a 5-star written review, or drop a comment below. Share this episode with a friend and I would be forever grateful. Now, let's get back to this week's episode.
Definitely help that imbalance. So the next one is to actually have sex. And I know you're thinking, but Jen, I'm dry. I don't want to do that. The reality is that regular sexual activity, whether by yourself or partnered, increases blood flow to the vagina. So more blood flow means healthier tissues, better elasticity, and more natural lubrication. How do you do it? That's up to you. Intimacy doesn't mean you have to have it with a partner. You might choose to self-pleasure, use toys, pelvic floor exercises. Keeping things moving, keeping that circulation going to that area is really important. Think about it as fun exercise for your vagina, and it's all about health as much as pleasure. So what do we want to avoid? What kind of things do we need to watch out for? Here we go. All the, scented soaps, douches, perfume products, any of those things, they naturally strip those natural oils and they'll throw off your pH, so they're going to be naturally drying anyway. Any mineral oil-based products, please read your ingredients. I've been down this road when I had a pelvic floor prolapse and reading the ingredients in lubes, so many of them are really nasty mineral oil. Think refined kerosene and you're sticking it on your fanny, not good. So we want to find something that's close to nature, plant-based, vagina-friendly. Otherwise, you can risk infections, things like that, okay? So keep it simple. If you wouldn't put it in your mouth, don't stick it down there. What else? Lifestyle and mindset. Just thinking about things like, it's not just what we put into body, it's how we live. So I bang on about hydration all the time. Our tissues need water, just like the rest of our body. But also we need good omega-3s. Flaxseed oil, I'm such a fan of flaxseed oil. Even 1 or 2 teaspoons a day, put it in your smoothies, you won't taste it, it's magic. Or put it on your salads, it's up to you. Wear breathable underwear, just natural fabrics. So I wear bamboo jocks most of the time, bamboo or cotton, won't wear anything synthetic. In fact, I wear natural fibers all the time in all of my clothes. I don't want nanoparticles traveling into my body, but particularly when it comes to underwear. So wear something that's breathable. Our vagina needs to breathe too. And sleep with no jocks on, no knickers. Like, seriously, I wear nothing to bed because it's really important. Everything needs to air out. And we need to move our body. So exercise, whether it's walking, whatever your favorite exercise, we want to keep circulation strong. It's super important. And the biggest mindset shift is to stop treating vaginal dryness as a shameful secret. Okay, it's health, it's not dirty laundry. And when we care for our body, all of it, physically, emotionally, and mentally, we're claiming our right to thrive, not just survive in menopause. Like I say, this is just a simple part of what the transition is for some women. So it's time to reframe it in your mind. It's not the end of everything. It's a natural transition and it's not permanent. These are some simple things you can do that will help with menopause dryness. So what are the BAM things, the bare ass minimums I would put in my Menopause Dryness Toolkit? The first one is aloe vera gel. So it's soothing, pure, cooling relief. Like I said, if it's got any colors, flavors, fragrances, or anything, don't touch it. You just want pure aloe vera gel. Hyaluronic acid suppositories, if you can get hold of them. Remember, if you're going to use suppositories of any description, vitamin E or those ones, talk to your GP first, okay? Benefits of that are deep hydration and an elasticity boost. Vitamin E and sea buckthorn oil for tissue repair and nourishment. The phytoestrogen foods, soy, flax, chickpeas, legumes, all of those, they're just nourishing all of our body with phytoestrogens as we age. They're just good for us. And regular intimacy. Do your pelvic floor work. We want to keep that blood circulation strong to the area. And then hydration and gentle care. So wear breathable underwear. No harsh fragrances, no mineral oil based products. Keep your water, hydration, all those things up. Just think close to nature as a go. Rule of thumb, hydrate, nourish, and keep circulation flowing, and your body will thank you. Dryness doesn't have to be forever. Okay, menopause doesn't dry up your life. In fact, this chapter is about reclaiming our health. And sometimes it's like these little symptoms come to us to say, hey, this is a really important time in your life. Give me a little bit more care. Okay, we can boost our confidence back and our pleasure on our terms. We can take control of it. I know I had to really take control of this 2 years ago when I had a pelvic floor prolapse. I'd never experienced anything like dry vagina when that happened. And that shook my confidence. And I've talked about it in podcasts in the past. So I have a total different take on looking after my fanny as I age nowadays and giving it just that extra bit of love. And if this episode hit home with you, share it with a girlfriend who maybe needs to hear it and you might have heard on whispers that she's experiencing something like this and just doesn't know. Share this one with your girlfriends. We need to make this real talk amongst real women and not keep hiding this kind of stuff in shame. It's so important. I want to thank you for being here today. If you enjoyed my podcast, please let me know by leaving a review on Apple Podcast. Every month, I draw one lucky person who leaves a review, have a free 1-hour consultation with me. Be sure to subscribe to the show wherever you're tuning in from so that you always catch the next episode. I welcome your emails and you can write to me at podcast@healthylifehacks.com.au. Until next time, remember, when it comes to life, live it, love it, and get on with it.